we have seen the theory behind what we want to do. Here, we want to practicalize all we have been talking about. That's what we're going to do here. Before that, look at this. We have agreed that we need to monitor the shipper table. Is that ready? Yes, this is the shipper table. The next thing, we're going to create the trigger to be invoked. That is not ready. We also need a table to log our triggers. It's not also ready. So what we're going to do now, let's create a normal table to log this information. According to the question, we say we need what? We need the name, the phone number. We also know the date of the update, the time of the update. We also need what? The type of action. This one is what? The ID for this log. Like number 1, the first activities, number 2, second activities. So we need to create this table. Okay? Create table. It's a shipper update log. You can call it anything. We open bracket or close. We put the semicolon. Then we need the ID. This ID, okay, and this ID is going to be auto what? Generate. Say ID int auto increment. It should be our primary key. That is all. The next one now, we want what? This one, shipper name. Remember, this is shipper name in my log table, which is corresponding to what? This company name or the shippers table. This is phone number, but in my table I call it what? Shipper phone. It doesn't matter. You can call it anything as long as you know what you are looking at. If you want to call it the same name, you say okay. It doesn't matter. So let me go ahead and get those things done. You can put 4550, depends on you. Or let me just put 255. Say default null. The shipper number will be integer. It's not null. We also need what? The update date. And that should be date time, because we want to use the now function. Then we need the type of action. Type of action. You can call it action. It depends on you. Let's say what? Varchar. Default is what? Null. Okay. This is what we need for what? Our long table. Let's run it. Accepted. That is that. The next one now is to create the trigger. I don't want to do it. I want to show you the step again on how to do it one after the other. Let's see. Let's refer to this. The first is create trigger. We give the name. Create trigger. What should be the name of this trigger? Let's call it after shipper update, because what information immediately after the update? You can call it anything. What next? Let's go back. We say what? Should it be before? Should it be after? We need what? After. Okay. Let's put it. I want you to understand. That's why I'm doing it gradually. Okay. The next thing now is, what type of thing, action I want to perform. What type of event? I say it's going to be what? Update. So the next thing now, after you get the name, is it before the update you want or after the update? I want after. The next thing is it insert? Is it update? Is it delete? Is update. Let's come back here. On what table? Okay. On shipper. On shippers. That's the table. This table. We want to monitor. Let's go back there again. We need to say what? For each role. Remember, this is what is used in MySQL. The statement level is not used. Is the row level for each role. Okay. Now, say the body is the next thing. The body. This way, I want you to concentrate now. Please, if you miss anything, don't miss this one. The body. How do you build the body? Let me explain something. For this ID, how are we going to fill up the information here? It's going to be what? Auto-generated. That is auto-increment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Automatic. You don't need to do anything there. Okay. What about the shipper name? This one. This name is coming from where? From this place. The company name. I will want name immediately after the update. Okay. Therefore, that means whatever we are going to get here will be immediately after the update. Remember, after update is called what? New information. Remember the modifier, right? New information. Before update is called what? Old. That means we are going to say company name is where the information will come from. Will be new.company name. If we want this old information, we say what? Old.company name. To fill this shipper name, we are going to use what? New.company name from what? From the shippers table. Let me show you that. So to do this place now, I will simply say what? Insert. Normal insert you do, okay? Insert out into. Remember, which table are you inserting into? I am inserting into this table, which I've already built in this place. Insert into this table. because all the log will be going there. If you are a SATI, remember you have to say set. Set what? Set each of this info. I don't need to set it because we have said what is auto increment. I need to set this first one. When I'm setting it now, I set as equal to what? I want to get it as immediately after what? The update. Therefore, to be new dot company name, which is this name here. Company name, comma. Which other information do I want to set? I also want to get this info. The shipper phone number must be there, which is equals to what? The new phone number. New phone. That is new phone. It must exactly be this new phone from here. Okay, new phone. Because this trigger is looking at the shippers, and this is the shipper table. So new. If you say old, that means the old information before the trigger. Say comma. To get this one done, say equal to what? Now, this is a function to pick anything as at the time you are doing it. If you do it tomorrow, the time you are doing it tomorrow, next year, 2 years time, 20 years from now, as at the time you are doing it, the time will be what? Registered. The next one is what? The type of action. Type of action is update. This is just manual, just put update the way you do every other insert. That's all. Then you close it up. There's nothing strange here. This is what we have just done and different from these ones. Understand? Let's run this. Accepted. Now, let's go back to this place. We now have the table we are monitoring, which is what? The shippers table. We have created what? The log table, which is this one we have just done. Then we now have this trigger generated, which is what? This particular one. Okay. The next thing we need to do now is to test it. Let's test it. Let's try it out. I'm going to try it out. We are going to try to update this table and see what happened. But before that, let's check if everything is perfectly here. Let's run here again. You can see everything is like this. Now, before we continue, I also want us to select everything from this log table so that you see there's nothing in the log table. This is the log table. I copy this. I place it here for you to see it's word to word. Our table is here. It is the shipper table. Is this one also ready? Okay, this one is empty. Also, let's check the available triggers. Show triggers. Okay, is there after shipper update. Now let's try to update the shipper table. Then we see what happened. How do you do that? You say what? Shippers. Set. What are we setting? Company name. To what? To Love Express. We're going to say the phone. Let's now make it, let's say 50388. Let's say 22, just to make it different, okay? Where shipper ID is equals to 1. Let's run this one. That is this. Accepted. Now, remember when we checked this place before, there was nothing. Now let's see if there's anything login after this update. Because this trigger should trigger to send information here. That's what? After update information. That means we need to see this and this. Let's check. See? Love Express is what we have after the update. We also have the new number. We have the time, that is the now, 2020-10-09. You see? That is the time at which this was what? Inserted. Then type of action, update. As you can see, type of action, the time. And if you go back to what we did, you find out we say what? Now. That's why we put this one here, now, the time. Type of action, we say update. Lest we forget, if we also check the shippers table, you see it's also what? In place. Hope you understand the process and the steps of creating a trigger. If that is okay, let's move straight to the next challenge. Thank you for viewing.